Now, Erin Living is a residential experience company that enables effortless living in apartments through a purpose-built mobile application for homeowners and tenants alike. Their mission is to transform multi-dwelling assets across the globe into vibrant, connected and safer communities as well by powering amazing resident experiences. For more on this, I'm joined in studio by CEO Thomas Walkley and Chief Product Officer Anthony Mazzei, I should say. Welcome to the program, both of you.
Thank you for having us.
So you're both the co-founders of Erin Living, and it's a startup which is existing within the prop tech and real estate space, which is obviously expanding quite rapidly. Thomas, I'll start with you. Can you dive into a little bit more about the space and what you guys are bringing to it?
Yeah, sure. Look, it's obviously a massive market, the apartment space. Everybody lives somewhere at the end of the day, don't they? But people's needs, wants and desires, as I always say, they're changing constantly, and people expect more from their property and obviously technology, and we kind of bring that together on our platform. As we like to say, we deliver a seamless and keyless living experience for those living in apartment buildings.
Yeah, the future is truly now, and some of the stuff that you guys have integrated into it is all very impressive. Anthony, can you dive into a little bit more about the application and some of the other things that you guys offer? And
absolutely,
it's very cool stuff.
Yes, thank you. So essentially we build software for the real estate sector, and very specifically for residents who live in apartment buildings. We really look to take care of a lot of the day-to-day needs of residents. So whether that be parcel delivery or communications with building management, etc. That's a really sort of big core focus that we have. And then obviously we build on top of that the keyless entry. So we all love using our mobile phones and tapping onto a building or tapping onto your apartment door. We think there's a lot of benefit in that. So we do that, and then we also offer personalised services through an Erin marketplace, all on the one seamless experience.
It's very cool stuff, and the idea that keyless entry might be a thing. But how did you guys go about sort of identifying what you needed to incorporate? I suppose, you've got things like lights you can control from your phone. Sure. You've got that keyless entry, as you mentioned. Just take us through that process, I guess.
Well, yeah, look, I think a lot of it stemmed from Thomas's experience in the property sector and really understanding, what the problems in apartment living was. And we've really stemmed our solution around what are these problems and how can we sort of solve them. So, we look to not only provide services around the building itself, but also we're starting to move into the space of the in-home experience. And as you sort of rightly point out, it's controlling your lighting, your heating and cooling, your automatic blinds, etc. Property developers are also looking for new ways to sell to new consumers, and the consumer expectation is pretty high these days. And we're looking to sort of partner with those guys to bring it all together.
Yeah, the future is truly now. Let's talk a bit about safety as well. I just wanted to consider that because I think as I spoke to you off air about how my partner works late at weird hours, coming home to apartment buildings can be a little scary. But what are some of the things I guess that are important to you when it comes to safety when integrating the technology?
Yeah, with mobile access, I mean, the ability to control who's coming in your building at what time and monitor those comings and goings, by doing that, creating a safer environment for people to live in and for people like your partner to come home to each night. I guess at the end of the day, the legacy systems and the old way of doing things, it doesn't allow for that sort of visibility and transparency of who's coming and going for to the buildings. And you look at even like a lot of delivery drivers, food delivery drivers coming in and out of the building. There's a lot of foreign people coming to and from the building, especially when you add in a layer of Airbnb guests as well. So there's a lot of unknowns within a building, and I think with the mobile technology, it really allows us to control the comings and the goings from a safety perspective and know who's in the building at one time.
Yeah, that's a very good point you make there about Airbnb as well. There's sort of opportunities there as well. Is that something you guys are?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we know that the Airbnb market is big already and ever evolving and growing, and we've got the ability to allow for easy management of Airbnb rental properties for property owners. So the ability to sort of get a push notification when someone has unlocked your door is something that a lot of our customers love, and that sort of goes back to the safety. But Airbnb is a huge market for us, absolutely.
Incredible. Now, I understand you guys are doing a capital raise at the moment on Birchal. Do you want to take us through a little bit about that, what that looks like, where people might be able to go to participate if they want a piece of this very cool pie?
Yes. Yeah, sure. The capital raise campaign through Birchal's there to serve a couple of purposes. We've got a large customer base already, as well as looking at targeting people that are living in apartment buildings for potentially providing a service to their building, but also to get them on as a potential investor. And it's been really good. We've been inundated so far with a mixture of venture capitalists, high net worths, and also individuals that kind of live in the space, as well as a lot of property related companies and people that have supported us or know about us.
How is the property people responding to this kind of technology? It's an interesting one for me. They're always looking for something new and exciting. What have been the responses?
Yeah, look, from a property development perspective, we provide a big differentiator between a potential competitor in market. We always say you should sell the benefits of the technology, not the technology itself. So I think, selling the livability aspects in a building, when selling a new building, is really important to them. So the uptake's been fantastic.
Yeah, interesting. So maybe the days of the old fob and losing your key.
All gone. We want a world without keys. Losing those keys are expensive, they're time consuming, really, insecure, and, we've got a way to sort of combat that and get rid of it and kind of, also play our part in the environmental space. And
let's talk about that.
Yeah. We provide the ability for residents to monitor their usage within their home. So we're talking, energy usage, water usage, et cetera, et cetera. And what we do is we sort of build upon that through a gamified experience. We make it kind of very interactive, very fun. We like to sort of build these things around leaderboards and look at the top performing residents of a building.
Love that.
Who's saving the most water or using the least amount of electricity. So yeah, we're trying to play our part in saving the planet as well.
I love that. I'm a bit of a geek and a gamer myself, so that sort of stuff speaks to me. And we're seeing more of that gamification coming into corporations and offices and things like that. So I think bringing it into the living space, especially if it's to save energy, save water, what a win. So I guess to finish, guys, what does the future hold for Erin Living? Do you want to just take us through what the skyline looks like for you guys?
Yeah, we've probably got two different opinions, I guess, on the future of that. The way I see it, PropTech has a long way to go in terms of improvement. I compare PropTech to other sectors like fintech, for example. There's a lot of reliance placed on fintech. The last time I couldn't tell you the last time I walked into a bank, right? We rely on technology so much in the fintech space, whereas the PropTech, it enhances livability. It provides a reduction in friction points. It's a great tool, and it definitely enhances people's experiences. However, there's not the element of reliability just yet. So there's a big gap to fill, I guess, in terms of getting to the reliability sort of stage.
Fantastic. And just to finalise from you,
Yeah, I would agree and echo Thomas's sort of commentary around that. The real estate market in Australia is absolutely massive. It's a very analog industry. As Thomas rightly mentioned, there's lots of friction points, and the only way to at scale solve these problems is through technology. And we really believe that the real estate sector is needing this. They're wanting this, and the expectation of consumers who are residents is getting higher and higher, and we're here to serve those people.
Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me on the program today, and good luck with the capital raise.
Thank you.